Progressive magazine XI number 11 and 12 at the 100 word per month. Word per minute. Be ready? Start. Mr. Vice Chairman and members of Commission, on behalf of the Government of India, I welcome you to this country and to this place. India has long been associated with the United Nations because India has believed in the aims and purposes of the United Nations, and even though sometimes no tangible results have followed in the United Nations, we have believed that we must follow that course in the hope that tangible results will come sooner or later. We have taken part in your various commissions because we have felt that quite apart from the political aspect of the United Nations, the economic aspect is at least as important, if not more important. Indeed, we cannot consider the one without the other. Stop. Politically, we have not met with great success so far, but I think that if we succeed in the economic field, that will affect the political field also. There has been talk in the past of one world in the political sense, but it is even more important to consider it in the economic sense. You are meeting here to deal with Asia and Asia's problems because we cannot escape looking at almost any problem except in the global context today. Asia is big enough and the subjects you have to deal with are vast and of very great importance. The government of Madras referred to the numerous papers and memoranda that you have before you, and I feel rather overwhelmed when I look at all these files and paper, and when I see all these experts, because I can only speak as a layman. But while experts are quite inevitable in the modern world, sometimes I have a feeling that they become very impersonal and look at problems as if they were mathematical and algebraic formulae. Well, we have to deal with human beings and the future of human beings, and Asia, the area under survey, has a population of at least 1,000 million human beings. In India, including Pakistan, there are 40% of those 1,000 millions, that is 400 millions, and we have to deal with these vast numbers, practically half the world's population. If you look at the human aspect of these 1,000 millions, with their sufferings, with their wants, with their joys and sorrows, the problem becomes something much more than a dry economic problem which you have to solve. Stop. There are still glaring inequalities in the standard of living of our people and of opportunities for a better life. We must urgently endeavor to narrow down, if not remove, such differences without subjecting any one section of society to participate hardship. We must not allow entrenched vested interests, however powerful and well organized they may be, to impede our efforts in this direction. Vulgar ostentation, unnecessary pomp irritate those less fortunately placed in life. Such gradual accumulations of hatred possess a serious problem and will ultimately tear apart the fabric of our society and our faith in democratic institutions. We have to set a good example individually if we are to succeed collectively as a nation. I have therefore resolved that the initiative in such matters must come from the top. I have decided that I will surrender every month rupees 7,000 of my salary as the President of India, and such portion of my salary as I shall receive will be subject to income tax as in the case of an ordinary citizen. I have also decided to move out of Rashtrapati Bhavan into a simple house which will not be inconsistently detract from the dignity of the high office of the President of India. I will also effect a considerable reduction of expenditure at Rashtrapati Bhavan. I have asked the government to locate for me some such suitable place where I and my staff can be accommodated in reasonable comfort but at considerably reduced expense to the exchequer. We have been trying to reduce inequalities among the various sections of our people. I am particularly concerned about the lack of uniformity in approach and principles and the inadequate pace of progress in the implementation of land reforms and in the enforcement of controls over the growth of monopolistic tendencies in the non-agricultural sector. Such monopolistic growth of a new vested interest has assumed serious proportions over the years. Political corruption, demoralization in the public services, and a deterioration of standard in public life and directly related to black money and pressures which a few antisocial elements in our society can exert to disrupt national life. We are today worried about rising prices which affect even the basic necessities of life. The upward spiraling prices show little sign of abatement. A small section of our community who are better organized are managing to obtain illusory reliefs from time to time. Such reliefs are unfortunately neutralized even as they are announced by the machinations of a very watchful and unscrupulous section of our society which preys on human misfortune.